Hi everyone, I'm Keshi and welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. So let's keep trekking along our 30 days of YouTube video, and we have already posted a video about prepping content or planning content for YouTube for the 30 days, so one video every day. However, what we haven't talked about last time is that we also have a podcast that needs a video every week. So why don't we come up with 5 ideas is all we need for podcasts so that we have something to be posting every single week. We can maybe do a batch content day at some point this week. I already have one podcast video to go out, so I am 1 week ahead ish. I'm just on track. I'm just not late. But yeah, let's actually post some podcast episode ideas here. So the last two that I already filmed were 26 non-controversial things I've learned in my 26 years being alive, and then 26 controversial things that I learned for my 26 years being alive. So now let's maybe change gear a little bit. I don't want all of them to be controversial or anything like that, but I thought it was something that maybe my audience would like to know about me, a little bit where I stand on different topics. So that's why I posted that one, but it makes me a little bit scared. Actually, I haven't published that one just yet, but by the time this episode goes out, the podcast episode would have been published. So I could make one on things that are different, or basically island living versus city living versus country living, but it would be a little bit weird because this would probably not be my title, just because I do currently live on an island. Technically I live in Cape Breton now, but I'm thinking of it more as a country living, whereas when I mean island living, I meant in Mauritius. So basically from Mauritius to Edmonton in Alberta in Canada to here in Cape Breton in a small town or village. What are the differences? What are the similarities? I don't have a number to put on there yet because I have to plan this video, but that could be one. The second one, I'm thinking of what I did not maybe I could make a video on adapting to your environment while still shining, while still being bright out there. So basically being flexible and not rigid and be able to adapt. Again, that would go to like how I've been moving across countries and provinces and things like that. And one of the reasons I'm really good and really at home wherever I am is because I'm really good at adapting and being flexible and adapting to the new environment while still feeling like I am my own person. Like I have my personality, that I need people to know me and not just pretend to be something I'm not, but being flexible while being you. Another one that I was thinking of, or actually, now I forget. But I could talk about maybe the 10, so that would be a cooking, baking one. 10 best kitchen tools I recommend every new cook to have. And then 10 best kitchen tools I recommend every new baker to have. But that one could come after. It doesn't have to come one after the other. What I wish someone told me about learning to cook. It could be for a family. It's just me and my fiance basically cooking for two. learning to cook or for two. Or it could just be about learning to cook, like things I've learned already. And I've learned a lot already, I would say. And then what else could I make? Let's ask ChatGPT again, honestly. That was still on my last ask of ChatGPT for my previous video. And now I'm going to say, now give me 10 podcast ideas for my podcast. Cashies. Oh no. I'll try that again. Cashies Corner. Yeah, so it didn't understand that I already have the podcast, so it's just kind of, it's not looking for it or anything like that. It's just giving me an intro. My life is a soft reboot. Here's what I'm changing. I like that a lot. I like that a whole lot. I didn't know I was going to get such a good idea. So maybe let's start there as the first one. I love this title. Chat is doing good. Okay. Okay, I don't know why this. Okay, good. Creating before you feel ready and posting anyway. Explore the idea of putting content out there before you feel like an expert. I feel that's a good topic. That's a little bit lower on my list here, but I agree. I'm trying to do this so I can talk about my experience doing this. How I'm relearning femininity while still loving firearms in my boots. Yeah, I like that too, honestly. I like that a lot. Because that is something that, for me, it just seems so natural. Like, I do feel like I'm very feminine, but I do like some things like, again, learning woodwork or firearms or archery. And I feel like a little bit like a goddess, I would say, or like a little prince. I don't know, like a fiery little princess. What it's like to grow a garden when you've ever owned a plant before, turning 26, and these lessons I hate the hardest. Well, I already had something like that. Maybe I can say I like 2, 5, and 8. 2, 5, and 8. Give me 10 more along those lines. Let them call it cringe, I call it growth. Maybe I like this one. Being multifaceted isn't confusing, it's powerful. But I don't know about powerful. I just feel like it's okay that, like, do I have to niche down is a question that I've had. How to build it. I could just have one that says, I don't want to niche down and talk about how there's so much about me and that what makes me me. And yeah, I could have different channels if it's wildly different. But I can still do multiple different things and I could still have the channel that's my personal brand that could still be about different aspects of my life, because it's not one aspect that's awesome. I'm not an expert in one thing. I just love learning about so many different things. So yeah, we got 7, which is 7 weeks, or 9 actually. So should we look for one more? No, I think that's okay. We're almost at 10 minutes here. So we got 7 videos plus 2 that I may be on. And I think that was pretty good for today. So that's how I use ChatGPT to basically, and Notion. So in Notion, I just have my little folders here, subcategories. And then I just try to actually think about it by myself first. And then I just ask ChatGPT. I gave it, let me go back to last week. What was I saying? I said, I'm a content creator. I want to post this amount of videos and I just gave it a couple of, I guess, a description of what I'm looking for, and some instructions, and just comes out with a bunch of things like that. So the more information you give it, the better it's going to work for you. And for my new education channel, I'm making a new project on it. So then it just saves information that I have about it, and I can just keep going back to this education channel and yeah, just do whatever I need to do on there, and it will not get confused with everything I'm asking of it. But that's how I use ChatGPT to create my content, plan my content for the week for the podcast. So I hope you're excited about those. Definitely let me know if you have any podcast videos that you want to hear, because those will probably take priority if you have some. So thanks for now, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.